guys, this is Josh here for the Brothers Boyd, and we are here on what we're watching today, talking about Obi Wan Episode 5. As you can see behind me, I'm in a galaxy far, far away. I'm on the planet Gariel, which is a planet from the Rebels cartoon, and it's actually mentioned in this episode by the character Reva. Chris, what were your first impressions of this episode?
I would put this one right up there as my number 2 favorite episode. There's some magnificent scenery in here, some amazing fights. We got to see that Darth Vader stomp in and take care of business like we saw. We get the whole he doesn't care Darth Vader right now. He's just the most evil thing in the galaxy, and he comes in and he handles his business, and that's what's really awesome about it. Yeah, I know we're calling the show Obi-Wan Kenobi, but I think we probably should be calling it the Darth Vader show, because I mean, he is owning this show right now. But the overall episode, amazing. I think this one will go right up there with the number 1 episode as one of my favorites. Daniel, how about you? What do you think?
Definitely one of my favorites as well. Just well balanced mixture of action and character that just works so perfectly and built really it's really kind of like getting everything bringing everything together really perfectly from the rest of the series, in my opinion. We finally get some answers really about things that I've really kind of figured was what the case was about characters, and I'm really happy to see where this is going.
Yeah, I agree, Daniel. I feel like, last week I said, there wasn't enough Vader. Well, they brought it back in this episode, and they gave me plenty of Vader. Vader was just awesome in this episode. The whole idea of seeing Obi-Wan and Anakin back. I'm pretty sure by the hair that this was before Attack of the Clones when it shows them dueling.
It's somewhere in that time frame, definitely.
Yes. Based on the haircuts, he still had the Padawan braid. Obi-Wan still had the mullet. So I'm pretty sure that was right before Attack of the Clones. But that was a great way to kind of interlude what's going on in the present with the past in the episode. I think and Chris, I think I may have to say this is my favorite episode.
Well, I still love that first one, but I'm going to hold my judgment until we see the last one, because we always know that the final act is always the best one. I love this one. It was a great episode. Just, a little bit more on that whole flashback. I think they wouldn't have time to be sparring during the Clone Wars like they were up there. I think they were pretty much on the go from the end of the Attack of the Clones until Revenge of the Sith. I don't think there was a whole lot of downtime for the Jedi during that. That was a really cool scene. It was really cool to see it, and it's amazing what they can do with computers now, and how good they make them look. And it looked like we saw a part of the prequel trilogy that maybe should have been in the prequel trilogy and made it a little bit better,
It's definitely a performance that was informed very much by like the Clone Wars. You can tell. Hayden had actually said that he studied the Clone Wars extensively to come back into the role, because he wanted the character to be more fleshed out and everything when he came back to him. Also, just Lucasfilm's really getting their money's worth from the hiring of Shamook, where he's basically like made their digital de-aging look so much better in just such a short period of time. The scenes and the scenes in the Book of Boba Fett with Luke Skywalker, and now this, it's just fantastic what he's doing now.
Yeah, I agree. Here at the beginning, when that Grand Inquisitor died in that first episode, I kind of called it, that Reva was being played by Darth Vader.
Well, I figured as much, because I know they probably got her from being they probably picked her up from being like a Padawan and raised her in this, so they were probably very suspicious of her from the start. So that's been really my thoughts on what Reva was. So she was a Padawan that basically has kind of been in this. I didn't really want to get into it too early because I mean I could have been like monstrously wrong, you know how that goes sometimes. But yeah, it seems like she's the really what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, they
Right,
did surprise me though that she was going after Darth Vader. That was a little bit of a shock.
Well, yeah, that was a bit of a shock. The thing that I just the whole time we were watching her, I was like, she really didn't fit the Inquisitor mold. If you look at the way they looked and the way they acted, she seemed a little bit too happy, and I'm like, yeah, no, I don't think so. Um, she definitely, it was a surprise, but not really a surprise when we saw her true intentions, because kind of thought that, but again,
The
how
whole
much
thing. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
how much of a surprise was it for her when she saw the Grand Inquisitor walk back in, though?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm not too shocked by the fact that she was going after Vader. I think the fact that she was so gung ho about going after Obi Wan made me think that she's trying to get to Vader a little bit. I always felt like she wasn't really in the Inquisitors to begin with to destroy the Jedi. She was more in there to get revenge on Anakin / Vader.
Right.
So,
Go ahead, Josh.
Chris, what was your favorite scene from this episode?
It's probably going to be everybody's favorite scene, but it was a throwback to a video game we played one time called Jedi. What was that? Well, I'm sorry, I've lost the name of the game now.
Force Unleashed.
Force Unleashed.
Yeah.
And we see what we think is the refugees escaping in a ship, and we see Darth Vader walk in and just snatch that ship right out of the sky and slam it down and tear a hole in the side of it with the Force. That's the Darth Vader I want to see, the one that's using all of his power, showing that he is definitely the bad dude. Of course, as we all saw, that was another fake out by the I guess we should call them the rebels, because I'm pretty sure that's what they were in early stages. They used that ship as a decoy and actually escaped in the real ship. So, Daniel, how about you? What was your favorite scene?
Definitely that mixed with the two revelations of Reva and the flashback. The flashbacks of Anakin and Obi-Wan fighting just really was like a great way to tie up the character beats of the story, really, and what's going on now with Vader and how he's reacting versus how Obi-Wan's reacting.
And definitely, I agree. That scene where he rips that thing out of the sky is probably the coolest part of the episode. But I also enjoyed that lightsaber battle between Vader and Reva there at the end. That was a really good fight scene.
Yeah, it was. It's hard to look past. It's a Star Wars show. We're going to have a lightsaber battle, and that was a really good one. But Vader controlled that thing from start to finish. I mean, he pretty much had her number. She had nothing for him. Yeah. So just to see him use his full power was pretty amazing. So I thought so. As far as the episode goes, my overall thoughts on it, I thought it was really good. Like we said at the beginning, I thought it was a great episode. Really enjoyed it. I think one of my favorite things about this show is the redemption of Hayden Christensen, because we know that he's a great actor. We've seen him do some really great stuff. And he caught a lot of flack for playing this role and being almost mannequin-like. We used to call him Mannequin Skywalker. Yep. And just to see his redemption and to see people actually showing love to him now as that character, because he got so much hate thrown his way, and now just to see him reveling in that role and getting a chance to do it the way it should be done.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Daniel.
I think anyone who saw like Hayden's work before even before the prequels knew he was a pretty talented actor. I mean, he was picked up by George Lucas because of a role that was just he's really fantastic in, and It's called Shattered Glass, and I always recommend this movie to everybody whenever they want to talk about Christensen. But he's just fantastic in that role, and that was what led George Lucas to hiring him in the role. But also, yes, it's great to see him really getting the love he deserves, I think, now with the role, and really kind of jumping back into it. And I hope like the fandom as a whole can kind of do that really for a lot of people, honestly, and continue to show that love and support throughout the years to these people, because I think there's been quite a few people that have not really been treated that greatly in this fandom that really deserve to be getting that kind of redemption arc. Excuse me. Go ahead.
So overall rating, like I said, I think this is the best episode of the season for me. Now I have heard rumors that the finale, episode 6, is going to be an hour and a half. Now I don't know
okay
how
with
true
that.
that is, but I mean, they've got enough left to probably do that, because you could almost have a 20-minute lightsaber battle in that final episode. You know?
Or 30-minute, or 40-minute, or just however long you want it to be.
Yes.
All indicators point to a Tatooine lightsaber battle is what I'm seeing right now.
Yes, most definitely. And that de-aging does really well with that young Luke Skywalker. Mark Hamill did a good job there.
Yeah. Here's my question though. If she knows that he's on Tatooine, if Darth Vader finds out, then how are they going to handle that? What is going to be the cover up that lets him hide there for another 10 years? You know,
I think she knows, but I don't
her.
think she's going to tell him.
Yeah.
I don't think she's going to tell Vader. I think that's the way around it.
Yeah. Well, I don't think Reva makes it out. I don't think she makes it out of the next episode.
I don't think she makes it out, and this is just, you know, we're throwing theories out here now, which we probably shouldn't be, but I think that she wants to take out, you know, she's mad enough that she would kill his son basically, rather than kill him to get payback, and so it's going to be up to Obi Wan to protect him eventually right there on Tatooine, and that's where I see it heading. I don't think we see another Darth Vader fight.
Yeah, I think Vader's done for the remainder of the series now.
Right. Okay. So real quick, we got a few more minutes before our little time limit's up. 2 minutes. Real quick, one quick like this is gonna be the last episode with a wrap up. I was thinking that what I would love to see is Leia get taken back to Alderaan, and we know who's there. I would love to see 3PO and R2 greeting her when she gets there. How cool would that be? Is there anyone else that you could think of that would be cool to have in that final episode?
Yeah, I think the R2 and 3PO would probably be the best. I think at some point I would love to see maybe I don't know, maybe Ahsoka shows up to help Obi-Wan, or even like Hera when they get to the Rebels, when they get where they're going, that Hera's there with the Ghost.
I think Hera would be a good one for them, especially with the smaller, more splintered Rebels. Like you said, the Rebels really didn't get put together as a large unit until the Rebels show, really. So they're kind of splintered and they're small pockets at this point.
Yeah. So we're seeing the beginnings of it though, with what's going on, especially with you know, the characters who are helping O'Shea Jackson's character. We kind of can see that. Yeah, another cool throwback would be if we actually get, you know, and I know they won't touch it because it's poison, but to get the characters from Solo that showed up at the end of Solo, I would love to see those characters because I thought they were one of the coolest parts, especially Warwick Davis' character, and I can't remember the name of the girl who was the leader of that group, but such a cool group.
Yeah, she was actually the girl who was on Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah, and I love her acting. She's a great actress.
Yes.
So,
just a little side note before we finish, the EU expanded universe kind of gets a lot of love from fans, and they're upset about it not being canon anymore. But the kid and the mom that Haji saved in the second, I think it was the second episode, first or second episode, they show back up. They show back up again when the rebels are, where they're trying to get away. And the kid is listed as being Quran, and the mother's name is listed as Nicey. And Quran Horn from the Legends books was a Jedi from the X-Wing, the Throne trilogy, all the way up to the Fate of the Jedi books. He played a major role in all those books. And the mother's name in the books was Nicey, which is the same name. So that was a little Easter egg, and maybe, foreshadowing of that Jedi showing up in future shows.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool. I like that. Well, that looks like that's about all the time we got for this review. We're filming this on Monday, so we've only got 2 days to wait, and we get the Obi Wan season finale will be on Wednesday. And so we're looking forward to that. I actually am not going to be able to watch it. I'm going to be off the grid this week. I'll be way up in the mountains with no cell phone service. So all you guys are going to see Obi Wan before I even get a sneak peek at it. So we look forward to it. If you like this review and you want to see more, hit that like and subscribe button for us, and hit that bell notification up top to let you know when we put new videos up. And Josh, you want to tell them about our socials?
Check out our social media. It's going to show up on the bottom of the screen for you. We're the Brothers Boyd at Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and TikTok, all the major ones. And Chris, we just hit 67 subscribers today, so we're a little over halfway to the 100. So hopefully that'll hit pretty soon for us, and we can give away some of that cool merch like the hats and stickers, and maybe even the shirt like Chris has on today.
Yeah, let me get that a little bit higher so you can see it. There you go. Yeah, we're very excited about that. Keep going to your local comic shops, checking them out and buying comics, and keep watching these shows. If you like what you see, or you see something you want us to talk about, put it down there in the comments and we'll talk about it. And until the next video, we will see you at the shop.
And may the force be with you.